What's up, guys? We're the Ancient Arrow Bros. I'm Netflink.
And I'm Toad Fitz, and this is our review on The World Ends With You.
Please, don't kill me.
The World Ends With You Final Remix just came out on the Switch. A lot of people praised this game back in 2008 when the game came out on the DS. The graphics and the soundtracks of this game were a big part on why it was so successful. The story puts Neku and his allies in a scenario where they are forced to play a game in an alternate plane of existence called the Underground. The game was created by the composer, who is a godlike entity that sets out objectives for the players to complete. If the players fail to complete the objectives, they will be erased from existence. The struggle for the players doesn't end there. The Reapers, who are there to make sure the game is even more difficult for the players by constantly getting in their way.
There are two worlds, the real ground and the underground. The real ground is where the everyday life goes on, and the underground is where the chosen dead like Neku and his allies are brought. By offering their most valuable possessions, they enter the game to be able to get a chance to be brought back to life. A player in the underground is invisible to the people on the real ground. The underground contains creatures that are called noise, which are attracted by the negative feelings of the people on the real ground. They can only be defeated by two players fighting them at the same time in two separate worlds. Players have to form a pact in order to do this. The game also contains various pins that give special abilities in order to defeat the enemies.
The game starts with Neku waking up in the underground. With lost memories and confusion, the game pushes you to find out what happened and how he got there. At first you might be annoyed with the attitude of Neku, but during the game you uncover the real reason why these traits are shown. The story was really good, but I feel like there was just too much text in it.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, the story had a lot of potential, and at the end of the day I ended up reading so much that I got bored. It's sad to say, because again I feel like the story had all these things that could have been really exciting, but it just ended up being boring for me because I had to read a lot, and that's not what I was expecting. I was expecting more action. I did not have the chance to play the DS version, so I was kind of living up to the hype. But
yeah, on the DS version, the DS being a handheld, reading was a lot easier, you know what I mean? It made more sense. But if I play the game on the screen and I'm waving my Joy-Con around, it's the minimum voice acting that I'm getting out of it that doesn't make me feel excited. And something we noticed as well is that we kept pressing that button, A button, to make it go faster, because we were reading faster than the text was popping up, because it was just not exciting.
To me it felt a lot like the games like point and click.
Yeah.
Where that's all you do, and you read the text and you kind of solve puzzles as you go.
And the puzzles were not.
Yeah.
It was go over here, talk to this room, go over here, click this button. It was never a
challenge.
Exactly. It was very.
Just kind of go along with the story, do what it says,
and you can't choose hard mode. You have to unlock normal or easy, and then half the unlocks are just books of explanations of the game. So you're not really. It's too much text. It's more of a book.
Exactly.
I think you called it something earlier.
Yeah, I said a manga.
It's a point and click manga. It's the style we felt. By saying it's like a point and click manga, it definitely delivered on the art style. It coming from the DS, already looking so good, having it the full HD or as much HD as the Switch can do, gave it that presence, that live comic book feeling.
Exactly.
Almost, you know what I mean? It was very, very beautiful on that sense.
I felt like the colors were really attractive. I felt like it was really something nice to look at. The sound and the music in the back also added to that. So that's what attracted me at the beginning from this game whenever I saw the trailer too. So I think that's a big thing for this game.
It's certainly original. There's
Yeah.
not many games that bring out this art style. I almost got a feel of like if Kingdom Hearts was a comic book, that's kind of what it would look like. That's the kind of feeling I got, or a manga at this point.
Right.
But and like you said, the music was very good, which suited the style of like the headphones, the well-fashioned.
Yeah, it all tied together.
It all made sense, but I don't think that was enough to make. I mean,
to make the game
exactly.
super good.
There's plenty of other games with original art styles that exceed, as in this, like we mentioned earlier, for the DS, it made sense because there was nothing like that on the DS. There was no RPGs that big, and that's where, with that art style, that sound, that design, the final remix of it is not enough of a final remix.
Yeah, they didn't bring enough to the table. I mean, again, these are big factors to have in a game, to be original, to have really good graphics and good music, and they had all that. But even with these three big things, it was just not uplifting enough when we go back to what we said about the story and all the other details that comes after that. One of the details that I'm talking about is the controls. With the controls, you can only hold one Joy-Con, which kind of makes it awkward whenever you're playing. I mean, that's also why it feels like a point and click, because you're kind of just moving your hand around with the Joy-Con. To be honest, it really felt awkward. I felt like it wasn't precise enough.
Yeah, there was a constant unsyncing.
Yeah, exactly.
Of the remote. Yes, they do have a button for you to click right away to sync it every time, but I feel like I was syncing it more than I was pressing the buttons to use my attacks in the battle.
Exactly.
Which was a big problem.
Exactly, and from what I know is that on the DS it felt more natural because of the stylus.
Exactly. The pen.
With the pen, it felt more natural to play this game, but when it comes down to just holding a Joy-Con, it didn't feel so natural to play like that.
And even with
the handheld?
The handheld mode, when you can use your fingers and stuff, it was easier. But when I buy a Switch game, especially one that came from the DS, it is, to me, the experience that I'm going to get to play it on the screen. And with the system being so dedicated to the Joy-Cons, I'm surprised that they weren't able to find a system that kept that Joy-Con sync long enough, or kept it in the right direction. Even though the Joy-Con unsynced a lot during the gameplay and everything like that, I did find the fights to be very easy. While it was hard to do the circle attacks to draw a perfect circle with the Joy-Con on the screen and everything, there was a lot of times, especially playing co-op mode, where we just kind of sat there wiggling our Joy-Cons to increase the fire, or just constantly clicking one button. I think we rarely got attacked, we rarely lost HP. And we didn't level up too much. We just went with it, and it was very simplified.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, there was not much of a challenge. I mean, we're just kind of sitting there and wiggling our Joy-Con, like you said. I was expecting things to get harder as we go, but it didn't really.
Aside from the boss fight, everything else was really just.
Yeah, the boss fights were definitely the hardest part of it, but any other fights, it was easily
just a scratch quickly, scratch and win kind of thing, for your stats and everything like that.
Exactly.
They do offer
100 pins.
There's over 100 pins, which are the abilities, but it's not so what, there was not enough. The pins upgrade, they level up, they upgrade. I understand leveling up your stuff and all that, which is a cool aspect. It is an RPG. However, when I have 100 pins, that doesn't change too much on my style of play or anything. It doesn't make it too interesting.
Probably don't use 90% of it.
I would say the first 3 pins I got ran me through half the game, no problem.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? Because they were just leveled up enough that they were cool, and I just used them.
Yeah.
They also have the food and the clothing in the game to change your stats to increase, but it doesn't change the physical look of your character. Really, they always look the same. So it's not entertaining, and it's not to me. It was not enough. I don't even think for the first I would say 3 days of the game. You'll have to play to know what I'm talking about. I did not add any clothes or food, and it didn't affect anything about how I played the game or anything like that. So it's just really not. And you can customize, you can change your character up, you can make a design and so on and so forth, but it's not a necessity for the game to progress in it.
Right.
I think it takes a 25-hour game down to 12 hours if you just want to not even speed run it, just level up your basic pins quickly, and which is easy to do with the Joy-Con switch, and then you go further and further, and it's just not a necessity.
Yeah. Well, honestly, I was really excited about this game. I saw the trailer, I heard a lot of good things about it, so whenever I started playing it, I was really hoping for something that was gonna pull me in and really get me into the action, and you know.
Yeah, I had the same feeling.
Yeah.
When I saw the previews and the announcement of the game, I was like, oh my god, I remember playing that game on the DS, and I was excited for it because it was an original experience. And like you said, it pulled me in like that. But upon opening the game, it was just like, wow, this is nowhere near as exciting as it felt the first time around.
Exactly.
You know, so.
Yeah, I mean, I didn't get the chance to play it on the DS, so I won't judge that part.
Yeah.
But when it comes down to the Switch, I just felt like it was not entertaining enough.
Yeah, there's several RPGs on the Switch with their own style.
Yeah. I mean, Octopath Traveler, there's,
the Valkyria Chronicles 4 that just dropped not too long ago as well. They're all different styles, this game does that. It definitely gives you its own style, but I don't think it was well represented on the Switch. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
I think the reviews for the DS were much higher than they will be on the Switch. I think they maybe tried too hard to make, I don't think the DS is dying yet, but I do think that they're trying to bring a popular title on the Switch the same way they're trying to bring popular titles from their Wii U onto the Switch.
Right.
Because not enough people played it.
Right.
But this isn't a game that if you didn't play it, it's not a big deal. You know?
Exactly.
Yeah.
Again, I can really recognize how beautiful the game is. I can really recognize how it sounds good when it comes down to the music. But it wasn't enough to really pull me in as I was expecting that from the beginning.
Yeah.
Right. But I don't know about you, but I mean, I feel like this game, if it wasn't that expensive for what it is, I would probably be okay to get it. I mean, if it was a $20-$30 max game, I would have been okay with owning the game and really giving it a try. But for that price, I felt like you're not really getting the full experience that should have had for that price.
Yeah, I agree with you for the price being the main factor of. On the DS, I believe it's $40. I think for the $25 difference higher for the Switch version, you're getting a few more extra levels, which it's not sense. Enough of a. If you want to try this game and you still have your DS, definitely go for it. On the DS, it might be a little hard to find secondhand, but it shouldn't be too hard. You'll have more fun with that style of play for that style of game. This, if you have somebody who wants to play with you, I agree, but it's not, I'm not looking for my friend to come over to play this game.
Right, exactly.
There's too much text, and if one of us is reading and the other one's not, or if one of us is reading too fast, things like that. It's hard to be a shared experience. It's like, I feel like they added it just to say that they had a new mode.
Right.
A co-op mode.
Make it a bit more exciting.
Yeah, exactly.
From what it is.
So yeah, like you said, it's definitely worth a try if you're into RPGs. If you like that style, the art style, that kind of gameplay, there is a lot to do. However, I'm leaning a little more towards ignoring the fact that it came out on the Switch. It's not a huge deal compared to when it came out on the DS and the strength of it on the DS. It's not one that I would personally go out of my way to get my hands on.
Yeah. But when it comes down to my personal experience with the game, I don't think it's worth paying any attention to it. Maybe I would try it on the DS just to see what all the fuss was about.
Yeah.
But on the Nintendo Switch, I mean, I don't think it was worth.
It's definitely not a must-have.
It's definitely not a must-have. Yeah.
Yeah.
Here it comes! Here it comes!
I'm fading.
Yes!
Alright guys, if you liked our video, make sure to like and subscribe. Also hit that notification bell because we will be coming out with a video every Sunday and Thursday. Also in the comments below, let us know if you like the game, if we're too harsh on it.
Yeah, and don't forget, at the end of the month, to our new subscribers, we'll be giving away one of our new paintings. And don't forget to check out our Instagram and our Discord, and we'll include all the links in the description below. And I think that's pretty much it.
Yep.
Yeah, alright. We'll see you all in another castle.